Hello everyone, good evening. Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to the Genesis Online Refresher course. And in this class, we'll be handling aptitude training for 15 hours as I told you before, and today is the last class on quants. Okay, from the next day, I mean from Monday onwards, we'll be handling reasoning topics. Okay, so we have completed almost 10 topics of quantitative aptitude. Those who haven't completed these particular topics yet, you can go check the link in the Telegram channel and you can watch it now. Okay, so rest all, because you have Saturday and Sunday, you can finish these all the 10 classes. Anyhow, these are only of 1 hour classes each, so you can finish these classes on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, and from Monday onwards we'll start with the reasoning topics. Okay, now before we get into the topic, as I told you before, we have Telegram channel. If you have any doubts, any queries, you can join our Telegram channel. All the test link, quiz link, everything, that even that will be mentioned in the Telegram channel. You can go open it, and if you get any doubts or queries after finishing the class, okay, so even those doubts you can mention and you can ask your doubts in Telegram channel. Okay, so it's open, even you people can text over it, and I'll help you to clarify your doubts. Is that clear? Okay, so if that is done, and suppose if you are not there in a Telegram channel, what you can do is, in the description I have mentioned a quiz link and the feedback form. Okay, so you can even give your feedback from the description itself. Go open the link, it will not even take some 5 to 10 seconds, and give the feedback on your for the class. Okay, and please do write a test as well. Okay, this I'll be stressing every day. Even then, very few people will take a test. So I don't know what's the reason, but I request you to take a test, and it's just because it is for you guys. Okay, it is made for you people only, and you have to take a use of it. Clear? Okay. Now, what we have completed till now is, in the quantitative aptitude topics, we have completed number system, percentages, profit and loss, time and work, time, speed and distance, and then permutation and combination, probability, averages, mixture and alligations, ratio, proportion and variation, and in this class we'll be talking about data interpretation. Okay, and this is the last topic when it comes to quantitative aptitude. So from Monday onwards we'll be starting with the reasoning topics. Clear? So in the reasoning topics I'll be covering number series, letter series, coding and decoding topic, blood relation and direction sense, seating arrangement, clocks and calendars. All are important. Okay, so please do attend. Next, as I told you before, we'll be starting with the data interpretation today. Now, the question is, first, before we solve the questions on data interpretation, you need to understand what is data interpretation and where we're going to use it, correct? Now, data interpretation is a part of our daily life for most people, okay? Interpretation, it is the process of making sense, okay? It is the process of making sense of numerical data, any numerical data that has been collected, which has been analyzed and presented, right? So all that numerical data, you will keep it in terms of a table or in terms of a bar graph or in terms of a pie chart, something like that, right? So that is called as a interpretation. Clear? Now, as we know, the data we can represent in different forms. I'll give you some 4 forms here. For example, you can represent a data in numerical form, right? If the data is in numerical form, then it is a numerical data. Or you can represent the numbers. Numerical means numbers. You can represent those numbers in table form as well, right? The same thing, you can represent a data in a mixed format also. Okay, and you can represent the data in the graphical form as well. But in graphical you will be having different type of graphs. For example, it can be a bar graph, or it can be a pie chart, or it can be a line graph. All these graphs you have studied in your primaries only. On the same particular graphs we are going to solve problems here. Clear? Okay. Now, so any type of the question can come here on data interpretation. Now, before we get into this and solve the question, you need to remember some of the key points before you solve the question. Okay. The first thing is, when it comes to data interpretation, it is not like one question will be given and you have to give one answer and that's it, done. No. Here they either give a data in terms of a table, they'll give a data in terms of a pie chart, or they may give a data in terms of a line graph. It can be anything. It can be anything. But the data will be given in this particular format. What you have to do? You have to decode these data, and then based on this they may ask you maybe 3 questions, or some may ask you 5 questions, but not more than 5. Okay, some 3 to 5 questions will be asked, and you have to, by keeping a reference of this particular data, you have to answer these questions. Clear? That means if you read or decode one particular table, you can answer at least 3 to 5 questions. Correct? So here it is. If you are able to decode it properly, you will get all 3 or 5 of them correct. If you are not being able to decode it properly, maybe all may go wrong. Okay. So data interpretation is something like that. Now, how to approach is, when you are approaching, what all things you need to remember, all those things I will mention it now. Okay. Now, what are the key points? Here, when it comes to data interpretation, the key points are, you have to be very clear on what is given and what is asked. So, first thing is, you have to be clear on what is given in the data and what has been asked. Next, see how much effort is required to get the required data from the given data. Okay, you have to check how much effort is required to get the required data from the given data. Okay. Second thing, and next thing is, if a question demands unreasonable effort, okay, if any question is demanding any unreasonable effort, you can leave those questions as of that, and then you can attempt it later if you have a time, because there is no point in wasting too much of time in getting one answer. Instead, you can concentrate on other particular questions, clear all of them, solve them, and then come back and you can solve this question if you have time. Understood? Next, focus only on the useful data. So much of unnecessary data will also be given in the table, but you don't have to focus on everything. You just have to focus on useful data. So don't try to read everything which is given. Okay. Next thing is, never lose your heart. If you see lot of data, please don't lose your heart until you are able to comprehend the given data. You are good to go. Okay. So if you are being able to comprehend the given data, never lose your heart. Okay. Next, do only what is required. You don't have to do all the calculation. You just have to do only what is required. Don't try to keep the data ready before solving any of the question. And the next and the most important thing is, you have to learn approximation. How to approximate the value. Understanding? So wherever possible, please do approximate. If and only if relative values are asked, don't calculate the actual data. Okay. Until and unless the actual value is asked, you don't have to calculate the actual value. Calculate the approximate value. Clear? So this is about the data interpretation, the key points before you solve any of the questions. Now the next thing is, how you are gonna solve the questions over it. Correct? Which kind of questions are there? Until until and unless you solve the questions, you won't be able to understand. So that has to be there. Clear? For that, we'll try to solve some 3-4 problems so that you'll get an idea how to approach a data interpretation question. Don't worry, the data interpretation will be usually simple only. Clear? So now take a minute time and read this particular question. What is given here? The following table gives the sales of batteries manufactured by a company over the years. Okay, so they are talking about the sales of batteries. Okay, different type of batteries have been manufactured in different years and they are concentrating on that particular data. Correct? Now, which types of batteries are like 4Ah battery, 7Ah battery, 32Ah, 35Ah battery, 55Ah battery, and this is total. Okay. Now, these are different type of batteries and accordingly these are the different years. Okay. Like in 1992, 75,000 batteries have been manufactured. See, numbers are in thousands. And in 1993, 90 batteries have been manufactured which are of 4Ah. Similarly, for 7, 32, 35, 5, 55Ah. Now, how many total batteries have been manufactured in 92? Which is 543. How many total batteries have been manufactured in 93? Which is 528. And similarly for all the years. Now, how the questions will be asked on this particular table. Correct? So, let us read the first question and then come back to the table and we'll try to solve it. When you read the first question, okay, no, let me give you a minute time to read this particular data on your own. Okay, so I'll give you 1 minute time. Please read this particular data and try to analyze it. Based on this, we'll solve the questions. Anybody, any doubt till here? Why there are only 5 people today? Oh, last day, huh? Friday. Is it because of Friday or any other reason? Okay, did you guys read this data and analyzed? If you have done that, then we'll go to the first question. Okay. Now, what is the first question here? What was the approximate? See, here the word itself they have mentioned approximate. Concentrate on this. Percentage increase in the sales of 55Ah batteries in 1998 compared to that in 1992. So, what they are asking? They are asking the increase in sales in the year sales of 55Ah batteries, that too in the year 1998. You have to compare this year with 1992 and have to analyze what is the percentage increase. Now, percentage increase, percentage decrease, you have already studied this in the percentage class. The same concept we are going to apply it here and try to find the answer. Okay. Now, what was the data? When you look at the data here, what they are asking? They are talking about a 55Ah battery. Correct? Now, where it is? It's here. Now, they are talking about 2 years. One is 1992 and another one is 1998. So, what you have to do is, you have to take the value of 1998 and compare it with the value of 1992 and get the answer. Now, what is the value of 1998? 145. What is the value of 1992? It is 108. Now, substitute these two here. The value of in 1998 is 145 and that of the value in 1992 is 108. Now, you are comparing 1998 with 1992. So with which value you are going to compare, that should come here in the denominator. Correct. So you are comparing 1998 with 92. So the 92 should come in the denominator. What is the value of 1992? 108. Write 108 here. Okay. Now try to calculate the value for this. So 145 minus 108 is how much? 37 divided by 108. Since they are asking in terms of percentage, multiply it by 100. Okay, you have to multiply it by 100. Now, do I need to calculate the actual answer? No. See here what they have mentioned. You just have to calculate the approximate value. Correct? So just try to approximate this. How are you gonna do this? Simple. I told you the approximation. Now this is 37 divided by 108 also you can do, or else you can approximate this 37 to 40 divided by this 108, you can make it as 110. Okay, here also you have increased 37 to 40 and here also you increased 108 to 110 into 100. Correct? 0 and 0 get cancelled, 4 ones are 4, 3s are 12. So now what I am here is actually 11, but I am taking one value increase and taking it as 3. So 3 ones are 3, 33.3333, it goes on. Yes or no? Yes. Now 33.33 is your answer. When you look at this, the options, you have one option as 33 and you have another option as 34. Now which is the correct answer? Because they both are very nearest to 33.33. Will you, if you mark 33% just because it is near to 33.33, then your answer will go wrong. Okay. Now what you gonna do? How you gonna do it? Simple. You don't have to do anything. How the answer is actually 34. Now how am I saying 34? How I should consider it as a 34? Simple. Did you observe here this 11? What I did, I increased it to 12. Correct? Now if I am increasing the denominator, I told you in the last class itself, if you increase the denominator, whatever the value you get, the total value is actually the decreased value, is actually less than what is required. The whatever the value I am getting here, 33.33, is actually less than the actual value. So my actual value should be more than 33.33. Now which option is more than 33.33? It's obviously 34. Clear? So this concept, like when numerator is increasing, when denominator is increasing, it is decreasing, all this I have explained in the last class. Okay. Now answer is option D. Let us go to the next question. The total sales of all the 7 years is the maximum for which battery? So what they are asking? They are asking the total sales of all the 7 years. You have to calculate the total sales of all the 7 years and in that which is maximum. Okay. Now are you going to calculate for all of them? No, don't calculate for all of them. Just go through the options here. 4, 7, 32, 35. Now go and calculate only for these 4. Okay. So that you can save at least some amount of time. Clear? Now where is the question? When you look at there, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 4, whichever is asked, 4, 7, 32 and 35 is asked. Don't calculate for 55. Calculate only for these and for all the years. What you have to do? You have to add all of them and write a total here. So that you will get to know for all the years how much is 4/8 sold. And for all the years from 1992 to 1998, how much 7H battery has been sold. Similarly for 32 and 35. And then this total you have to compare and whichever is the maximum, that is your answer. Okay. Now try to add all of this. Now you must be wondering, some of you, I don't know, even after so many years, some of you might feel difficult to add all of them. So I'll tell you one thing. If you are not being able to add all of them at once, what you do? First add all the 100 place numbers and then add all the 10 place numbers, and then add all the unit place numbers. You can do this as well. So when you look at the 100 place numbers, I have 100, 100, 100. How much I have? 300. Correct? 300. Now you can either go for a unit digit or you can go for the 10th place. Anything is okay. 90 plus 10. If I go for a 10th place, 90 plus 10, 100. Correct? 90 plus 10, 100, 100 plus another 90, 190, 190 plus another 90, 280, 280 plus another 70, 350. So 300 plus 350. Now add all the unit place. 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 5, 16, 16 plus 16, 16 plus 5, 21, 21 plus 5, 26. Now add all of that, you will get 676. So the first one is 676. Similarly, you can add all of these as well. So 100, 200, 300, and then add all of this 90, 70, okay, 300, and this becomes 40, 60, 70, 70 plus 90, 160, 160 plus how much it is? Okay, 160 plus 70, 330, 330 plus 60, 390, 390 plus 80, 470, 470 plus 480, 489 plus 499. So total 4 plus 3, this becomes 694. Okay. Now similarly, if you add for the next one, this will become 32, 901 and 10. Okay, 901, 35H, 100, 200, 300, 300, 400, 5, 500 and this 601. Okay, now I don't need this, I am not gonna go for it. Now out of all this, which is the highest? 32AH is the highest, and that's your answer. Clear? So for this you have to learn quick addition. Okay, the second question. Now let us go for the third question. When you look at the third question, what is the difference in the number of 35AH batteries sold in 1993 and 1997? Simple. What you have to do? You have to take a 35AH battery. You have to find the difference of 1993, how much have been sold, difference 1997. Okay. So nothing, just go back and see what is the values. Okay, since it is a big table, that's why I didn't keep in the side itself. Okay. Now, which battery you need? You need 35AH battery, 1993 and 1997. 35AH, where is 1993? 1993, it is 84. 1997, correct? Is it 19? Yeah, 1997. So which is 45, and take a difference for 35AH battery. Let me do it here only. 84 minus 45. Now some people get confused here. Simple, make it as 85 and subtract. When you make it as 85, when you subtract 45, you will get 40. Since you have increased here 1, reduce 1 here, that becomes 39, and that's your answer. 39. Since these all values are in thousands, this will be 39,000. So what's the answer for the third question? It is option D, 39,000. Clear, guys? Now similarly, we'll go for the next question here. The percentage of 4AH batteries sold to the total number of batteries sold. So you have to find the percentage of 4AH batteries sold to the total number of batteries sold. Okay. Remember this, percentage of 4AH batteries sold to the total number of batteries sold. Okay. So go back. When you look at this particular data, 4AH batteries sold and the total number of batteries sold, correct? So okay, now here are you gonna find out all these values? It is like 4AH batteries sold here. For this, for the first one it is 75 by 543, and the second one 1993, this is 90 by 543, and for the third one here it is 96 by 543, and for the fourth one it is 105 by 510. Okay. Now you don't have to calculate all of them, you just have to calculate whatever is asked. Okay. How will you get to know that? You have to just check for the options. When you look at the options here, they are talking about 90 in the option 94, 95, 96, 97 are there. So just calculate for those particular values. Now when you look at 94, let me write here itself. The values are 96 and 525. Okay, all these are in terms of percentage into 100. Okay, and the second one it is 100 divided by 510. Third one is 90 divided by 465. Fourth one is 100 divided by 105. I think 105 divided by 495. Okay. Now these all are multiplied by 100 only, because you are going to convert all of them in terms of percentage. Okay. So how you going to do this? Simple, you can approximate it here. When you approximate this, 96 divided by 525, I'll make it around 100, I'll reduce it to 500, this becomes 1 by 5 into 100. Here also I'll reduce this to 100, 1 by 5 into 100. This also I'll increase to 100, and this I'll increase to 450 again, or else this I'll decrease to 450, 91s are 95s are, okay, again 450. So this becomes again 1 by 5 into 100, again this I'll reduce to 100, this 5 I'll increase here, this becomes 1 by 5. So all of them, when you take them approximation, all of them are giving me 1 by 5 approximately. Now how are you gonna verify which is highest, which is lowest? Because all of them are giving me almost the same answers. Simple. What you did here, you have reduced too much of value to 500, right? That means okay, let me do this first. 1 by 5 into 100 means 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, correct? Now here when you have decreased it, whatever the value I got here, it is too much have been increased here. Okay, since you have decreased the denominator, whatever value I got here, it has to be actually less than 20. So this become less than 20. When you go to this particular value, here you haven't decreased too much. So this is approximately 20%. Since you just have reduced 10 here, here you have reduced 25. Okay. Now when you look at this particular value, you haven't reduced too much here. You just reduce 15, that too out of 450. So this becomes approximately 19%. And this one here you just increased 5 and decreased 5 in the numerator. So whatever the value you get here, it is more than 20%, approximately 21%. So this becomes your correct answer. Sahana Nayak is saying 1997. Yes, 1997 is your correct answer. Okay. Okay. So read the last one. In case of which battery there was a continuous decrease in sales? From 1992 to 1997, you have to find out in case of which particular battery there is a continuous decrease. Okay, so it is just an observation question. Go there, observe, and let us see. Okay, when you look at the table here, if you look at 4H, there is a increase, 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 decrease, increase. So there is no continuous decrease. 7H, there is a continuous decrease. 32, decrease, decrease, increase again. So no. Decrease, increase, no. So increase, increase, decrease, no. So this is total. So which is the answer? Comparatively 7AH is the having continuous decrease. So that should be your answer. Okay, only this one is like this. For the rest all I kept the pie chart or the data there itself. Okay, so no need to worry. See here. Okay, now let us solve the second question. The following bar chart represents the GDP of different countries. So whatever the bar chart which is given here, it represents the different country GDPs. Okay, this is the representation of GDP of different countries during the half decades. One is from 2001 to 2005 and another is from 2006 to 2010. All figures are in the rupees billion dollar. Okay, sorry, billions. Okay. Now, which is the 2001 to 2005, 2006 to 2010? Blue is 1 to 5 and red is 6 to 10. Now you got to know what is the data, and these are GDP data of UK, US, China, India, UAE, Russia, Australia. Now let us solve the question based on this. If you want to go through it once, please take your time and go through it once. I'll give you a minute time. If you have any doubt in the last question, you can ask those doubts, because like this I have not mentioned the graph parallelly. So the table parallelly, as the table was too big and it may not be so much visible. So if you are getting any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, I'll try to explain it again. Your strengths are like Monday you'll be having a high strength, and then day by day it reduces till Friday. Again Monday, again will come back to normal strength, again it is getting reduced. It's fine. So have you read this question? Okay, if you are done this, then let us go and solve this question. Okay, we'll try to solve it. Now, which of the countries listed below accounts for the maximum GDP during the half decade 2006 to 2010? So we are talking only about red line here. Okay, because 2006 to 2010. What they are asking? Maximum GDP. Which country is having a maximum GDP among these given options? Okay, first let us check for UAE. UAE is okay, it is having some around 5%. Okay, now next go to US. Okay, this is having little more than UAE, correct? We don't have to find the exact value. Approximately this is more than US. So now out of these two, US is highest now. Next, compare this to India. India is how much? This one. But when you compare India and US, again I am getting US as highest. So till now US is highest. Next, compare it to China. When you compare it with China also, I am getting US as highest. So the answer is US. Simple. It's just a comparison. Okay. So answer is B, which is US. Next. Okay. The GDP of UAE is what fraction of GDP of the UK for the decade? Approximately. Okay, they are not asking you the actual data because you cannot find out the actual value here. Approximate value you can find out. Now what all you have to compare? You have to compare UAE is what fraction of GDP of UK. So you have to compare UAE with UK. And since it is a fraction, you can write the value UAE by UK. So UAE, check how much it is. Where is UAE? Here. Approximately, can I say it is 5? Because till here it is 10. So approximately this is 5. Now go to UK, where it is here. Now see here, 2 lines fully completed. So 30 to 40, 10, 40 to 50, 10, and this is approximately 5. So 10, 20, 25. So UK is 25. 5 ones are 5 5s are 1 by 5. So approximately it is 1/5. Answer is 1/5. Yeah, Vikram is saying 1/5. Yes, Vikram, the answer is correct. Now let us go to the next question. Which of the countries listed below accounts for the highest GDP? Which of the countries listed below accounts for the highest GDP during the half decade 2001 to 2005? In the first question it was 2006 to 2010. In this question it is from 2001 to 2005. Okay. So first go and check Russia, how much it is. Okay, it is approximately 10. Now accordingly till now this is highest. Now compare this with China. When you compare this with China, again I am getting Russia itself as highest. So don't change Russia. Russia is highest as per now. Now go to India. Check India. Now when compared to India also, the Russia is having highest GDP. So keep Russia as highest. And then check UAE. When compared to UAE also, Russia is highest. So your answer is Russia. This is how you have to find the answer. Compare. Okay. Keep whichever you get highest, keep it as a reference. And with reference to that, check the next one. If the next one is the highest, keep the next one as a reference. Leave the last one. Understanding? So answer is A. Yes, Vikram. Answer is A. Okay. Now, I have given a pie chart here. Based on this, I'll give you a time. Okay, first take a minute of time to read this question. Okay. Take a minute of time to read this question. Actually, I'll give you some 2 minutes. Okay. So, take 2 minutes, read the question and then try to answer. Take 1 minute to read the question and take 1 more minute. Oh shit, I reset. Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute again. Now this 1 minute, read the question. Try to understand the pie chart. Okay, have you completed reading this? If you are done, now I'll give you 1 more minute time to solve the question. Okay, try solving this question. Option B, ma'am. Jankar is saying option B, which is 50%. Okay, maybe correct. We'll see. Please answer this question. Okay. Okay. So here the question is, how much of the human body is neither made of bones or skins? Correct? Now how will you find this? Simple. You don't have to do anything. Instead of finding which is neither made of bones and skin, you can go for the other option which is not made of bones and skins. Correct? So that's answer is option D, 70%. Okay, maybe that might be the answer. So let us check how much of the human body is neither made of bones or skins. Where is the bones? Here is bones and here is skins, right? So, and rest is a different diagram. We are talking about this particular pie chart. How will you find if it is 110 means how much? 1 part out of 10. Can I say 10%? Right? It is nothing but it is same as 10 out of 100. See, 0 and 0 get cancelled, 1 by 10. Bones 1/5, right? Now 1/5, can I say it as 25%? Correct? 25%. So it is same as 20 by 100. 0 0 cancel, 2 ones are 2 ones are 5s are. So 1/5 is how much? 25%. Understanding? Now what you have to do? Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to take this, sorry, 20%. 20%. Now you know that how much is made up of skins, how much is made up of bones. Add these two, which is 20% plus 10%, which is equal to 30%. If 30% is made up of skins and bones, out of 100%, if you subtract the one which is made up of skins and bones, what you will get? 70%, which is not made up of, neither made up of bones or skins. So your answer is option D. Clear? Okay. Now I think I didn't give you this question. I'll give you 1 minute time. Please solve this question. Okay? Yeah. Bones per skin 30% out of 100, ma'am. So 100 minus 30, we get 70%. Yeah, correct. Absolutely. That's your answer. Okay, try to answer this question. Answer please. Why no one is answering this particular question? Is it tough? Just because it has given in two particular things? It's not. Try it. Okay. See here. Now, oh, no answer? Okay. Let me do it. I'll wait extra 10 seconds because it will be a 10-minute delay for you. So, I don't know, even then you guys are not giving answer. Now see here. The following pie chart give the information about the distribution of weight in human body according to different kinds of components. Correct? Bones, skin, muscles, hormones, here water, other dry elements and proteins. Study the pie chart and answer the question. Ma'am, answer is visible. Is it? Oh God. Yeah, correct. Well, it's okay. We'll have to get that answer, right? Okay. What percentage of proteins of the human body is equivalent to the weight of its skin? Okay. Now, how will you find it? What percentage of proteins of the human body is equivalent to the weight of skin is a question. How are you gonna do this? What percentage of proteins? First check how much is a protein in the human body. When you look at here, 24% is equivalent to its weights of skin. What is the weight of the skin? Weight is 10%. This we have calculated already, 10%. Now, skin is 10%, but they are asking about, you have to compare it with proteins. So, that should come in the denominator, 24%. Since they are asking everything in terms of percentage, I will again multiply it with 100 because this percentage will get cancelled. Now, it becomes 10 divided by 24. Okay. Now, we will try to cancel it out and get the actual answer because the options are in this way, and you already know the option, I know, but yeah, still we'll try to get that answer. Okay, so 4 6 are, and then here you'll get 4 25 are, 25 into 10 250 divided by 6. Now 6 ones are 6, 4s are, then you'll remain with 1, again 6 ones are, you'll remain with 4, and 6 6 are 66. So the answer is 41.66%. 10 by 24 into 100. Yeah, correct. Unfortunately, even this is visible. Anyway, if you get the calculation, please do mention the calculation now. Why it cannot be determined. If you know the answer, please do mention why it cannot be determined. Yeah, 41 point. Hide it, ma'am. Yeah, I should hide it. Now at the last moment, it's okay. I cannot hide it. छोटी छोटी गलतियाँ होते रहते हैं, right? Yeah, try to give the solution. Okay, try for this third question. Try to give the reason. You already know the answer is it cannot be determined. So try to write the reason for it. I think that can be your answer, so that I'll get to know you are really getting or no. Okay. So, did you get the reason why it cannot be determined? Anybody? Reason for this? Reason? Vikram, Jenkar, who else is active? Sahana. Are you guys there? They have not mentioned the data, ma'am. Yes, exactly. So what they have given? Okay, where is the cursor? Cursor is missing now. Okay. See, what is the ratio of distribution of proteins in muscles to that of the distribution of proteins in bones? Now I know about bones. I know differently about proteins, but what they are asking the distribution of distribution of proteins in muscles. Here is a muscle alone. I know. I don't know the distribution of protein in muscles. Correct? So no data for it. Distribution of protein in bones. In bones also I don't know how much protein distribution is there. So data itself is not mentioned. Distributions are not known. Exactly, Jenkar. That's the reason you can't determine it. I'm so sorry with my bad throat. Okay. Now, in this way, we solved one of the line graph and we solved one problem on pie chart, and we have also solved one of the problem from the table when it is given in terms of a table. But other than this, I told you there are many more graphs, right? There is a bar graph. There are many more graphs on which they can give you the question. Clear? Yeah, option D is correct. So, on which they can ask you the question. Now, I was able to solve only 3 of them. The remaining, I hope you will go and practice it. It is not like you will just listen to the class and then after that you won't practice. Data interpretation is something which needs a practice. Okay, when someone solves it, you feel yes, it is easy and will be able to solve it. But at the end, when you sit and try to solve it, most of the time and most of the questions you feel difficult. But when someone solves, you feel easy. But at the same time, when you sit and try to solve it all alone, you feel that difficult. Okay, So for not to feel that, what you have to do, you have to try solving many problems. Okay. The data interpretation, if you solve or if you are able to analyze one particular data in one question itself, you will get 3 to 5 marks, correct? So it is something which is like earning, marks earning. Use it, learn it, practice it, and then you can attend the questions based on data interpretation. Now, anyhow, I have mentioned this class only 3 questions, on which only, since we were having many sub questions, so I thought of taking this much. Now, if you have any queries or any doubts still here, or in any of the last 10 classes that I have handled till now, actually 11 classes. So in all those 11 classes still here, if you have any doubts regarding any topic, it can be any topic from the beginning till here. If it is reasoning, don't worry, we'll be doing it from Monday. Again, I'll be taking a class and we'll be completing reasoning. So except that, if you have any doubts in any of the quant topics, please do let me know. Take 5 minutes time. I'll give you 5 minutes of time for that itself. So take 5 minutes time and do ask your questions. And even other than that also, if you have any queries, please do mention. I'll wait now. Okay, I'll wait for 5 minutes and try to answer your questions. Anyhow, there are only 8 people, so most probably maximum 8 questions, right? If you have no doubts, no queries, you can say no doubts, no queries. Because I cannot dig into my mobile and search for you guys. Yes, are you guys are there? Vani, Jenkar, Vikram, who else? Sahana. I can read only 4 people because only 4 people are responding. Others? And the next question will be on reasoning. I'll be taking number series, letter series and coding, decoding. Okay, a very easy topic, but at the same time you may face a difficult question in number series, letter series and coding, decoding. So don't miss and don't think that we can do reasoning. Okay, you can do, but it takes a time. We'll try to reduce your time. Yes, ma'am. Okay, guys, any doubts? Please do reply and please be fast. Ma'am, what's your opinion on recent recession period as we are into now placement? Vikram, okay. See Vikram, yeah, I heard about, even I have heard about the recession which is going on, and it will be there. Sometimes there will be a recession and that goes on in a very long period. At the end of the day, you don't have to worry about it. That doesn't mean that there will be no placements or something like that. No. At the end of the day, which people they will remove is the question. Okay, if you are getting placed, which of those people they will be get or thrown out of the any of the company are those which are extras. Okay, extras means they are not quality engineers. Okay, so if you are not expecting to thrown out of the company, you have to do only one thing: be a quality engineer. Okay, be a quality engineer and you should be an asset to the company. Then you don't have to worry about it. Okay, and don't worry, even if there is a recession which is going on, and I have heard many companies including Google or something, they are taking off the people out, but those people will be these kind of people. So you don't have to worry, placements will go on. Placements will definitely happen. Okay, you just have to become a quality engineer worth of getting placements. You should prove there that your worth being placed. No queries, Sahana, Vani, no doubts. Okay. So except Vikram, all of you are having no doubts. Jenkar, he left the class, sir. So if there are no doubts, can we end the session? Okay. Okay. So great, guys. Thank you so much and have a nice evening, nice weekend. Enjoy, and again we'll connect to the class on Monday. Okay. See you on Monday. Take care.